Hello everybody, this is IMAX Nation 1980 here, and this is the first time I've done a proper video in a long while. Lots and lots has been going on, but as you can see, this bookcase, which I've had for so long, for over 10 years, and you've been seeing it in my videos ever since the beginning, way back in October 2007, it's in a new location now. I've moved this bad boy into my basement, and the reason I've done this, and it's actually in a corner now, yeah, so now the name IMAX Nation's video corner now fits. It's now in a corner. So the reason I moved it downstairs is because I'm actually moving into another room in my house. And not because I don't have any room, but because I have to make room for other things. And this basement, which used to be an office for my family business, it's not an office for my family business anymore now, so now it's going to become my art studio. But I decided to bring my Disney VHS collection down here because I can watch them on my big screen down here, and don't mind the mess that's coming up, but you know, my elliptical equipment there. I can watch it on this big beast, which I can have these things projected in 4:3 aspect ratio, which is the way they should be shown. Anyways, long story short, I've decided to arrange my collection a certain way this time, and I figured I'd do a video like that for old time's sake. On the top here are the most valuable tapes in my collection to me. This is a box set here. If you've been following me for a long time, I got that back in 2011. It's a 1986 box set containing the first 3 classics editions. We've got the original sale-only VHS releases of Dumbo and Alice in Wonderland, and we've got a bunch of promo demo tapes here, 2 for Pinocchio, both for its 2 classics releases, the first in 1985 and the second in 1993. We got it's a little bit out of order, but I'll fix this up. We got some foreign language editions here, and some of them actually from other countries, like that's the French-Canadian Sword in the Stone VHS you're looking at there, the Merlin l'Enchanteur. But the Alicia en el País de las Maravillas VHS is the US Spanish language edition. We got some more demo tapes here, like The Rescuers, Fox and the Hound. This Hercules tape may appear to be the standard Masterpiece Collection edition, but inside is actually a screener tape for Go the Distance, which was up for Best Song at the time. So this was the For Your Consideration tape that was circulated around the Oscars at the time, 1997, early 1998. Got the UK VHS of The Jungle Book, the French VHS of Lady and the Tramp, along with the Italian VHS of Lady and the Tramp. Japanese VHS releases of Snow White and Aladdin, the Snow White one being in Japanese, and the Aladdin one being in English language with Japanese subtitles. I just uploaded the opening to that tape. That's the in-store loop tape of all the previews of what was available from Walt Disney Home Video at the time, and that was Pixar's Resume tape in 1990. So I want this bookcase to be like a showcase, not kind of like a greatest hits kind of showcase, the best of my collection as I see fit. So I decided to include all like the best classics editions. I don't have all the variants in here because I wanted to make space for other things, although I have some variants up there, as you can see, but those would be printing variants, and these are my mini classics tapes of the Winnie the Pooh short subjects. Unfortunately, the cases for those got ruined sometime in the early to mid-90s, probably by me, or maybe by somebody else at my house, or maybe an animal, who knows. So after the classics, I made some space here for some other editions. For instance, the 3 Caballeros, even though it's counted as part of the Walt Disney Animated Classics canon, back in 1987 when it got this VHS release, which was its second VHS release ever, it was given full artwork and everything, but for whatever reason it was not a Classics edition, even though by the mid-80s it was part of the canon. And there's the original VHS release, Fun and Fancy Free, and Mary Poppins was given a cover in the late 80s similar to Caballeros, along with Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but I don't have the one for Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Instead, I have the 1986 cardboard slipcover case version. That's from the Wonderland sale. And even though Who Framed Roger Rabbit is technically not a Walt Disney Animation Studios production, I still have it in here because it's a big achievement in animation, and it was released by Disney under their Touchstone label. But yes, all the animation in Who Framed Roger Rabbit was done by Richard Williams Animation. It did not involve Walt Disney feature animation. And of course, I got one limited Gold Edition Cartoon Classics title there on VHS. The rest I've got on beta, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the beta tapes. I don't know where I'm going to put them, or if I'm just going to tuck them away, just in case I do get a beta player one day. Got some more cartoon classics here and cartoon compilations, standalone things like Mickey's Christmas Carol, DTV volume, my only DTV volume, and then just a whole assortment of live-action Disney classics. And as you can see here, they're all like various editions, some from the early 80s, some from the mid 80s, some from the mid to late 90s even, as you can see there with the Incredible Journey. And I've got those all arranged, and I decided to include one of the Touchstone ones as well. I don't have Splash on VHS, but I do have Country, which I think was the second ever Touchstone film. And of course, the Masterpiece Collection editions, and I've also made some space for some of these titles here. Gone Are the Days, for example, is a Disney Channel original movie, a 1984 Disney Channel original movie. Nothing like all this, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off like stuff that people my age are nostalgic for. These movies were like way different from what I could see. And we got some more Masterpiece Collection editions down here, and then some post-Masterpiece titles like the 1999 release of Pinocchio there, and these Gold Collection titles, which I have. Now this is a blank space, and I gotta dust that out. It's kind of dirty, and don't worry, that's not like any stain. It's actually half of a Walt Disney Home Video label. Just a little bit of dust there. It's nothing too drastic. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in this corner. I don't know what other tapes I have that I think are worthy. I have to really look through all of them because the rest are just variants and my beta tapes. But whatever goes there, I'll probably post that sometime soon. I just want to clarify that there's this one YouTube thing I want to do, but I'm not going to make any promises because life right now is going all these crazy different directions, and I can't, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, although I really want to. And don't mind this either. This is actually, for some reason, the paint just melted down this line here, so I gotta repaint it. It's very distracting. It's a total eyesore, but again, not a stain, nothing too drastic, just gotta go over it a little bit. I want to refilm my entire Disney VHS collection because I look back at the ones I did in late 2010, and you know, they were good for their time, but I still had a lot of stage fright back then, and I just hate the way I sound in them, and I want to make a new series where it's a little more concise and that it doesn't spend so much time on the specifics. I just want to kind of streamline it in a way so you fans who know this stuff as much as I do will get all the information out of it, but at the same time, those who aren't big on Disney VHS collecting and those who are new to it, they can look at it and they can still enjoy it. There's not as much clutter. You know, it's something I've learned as a writer, a storyteller, an editor, that, you know, you got to have everything there, but you got to present it in a way where it's not dragging the presentation. And I want to re-show my entire Disney VHS and beta collection, even throw in that Bambi Laserdisc that I have. Not sure if I'm going to do DVDs or not, but I want to re-show the whole collection as it is now. And like I said, I'm not promising this. This is something I would love to do, and I hope that time is on my side in the second half of the year, because I have a lot on my plate. But this is something I really want to do, and I just want to thank you guys for over 10 years of this. I mean, YouTube is not my career or anything. It's something I come back to once in a while, like a hobby. But I got to thank all of my subscribers. I think I recently reached 2,000. I just got to thank you all for enjoying watching my stuff. You know, it really means a lot to me, and I got to thank you guys who've been there since the beginning. When I started here in 2006 and then started uploading videos in October 2007, it's been quite the ride. It's just one big part of my big ever growing life, and I just want to thank you all for all that, and I want to thank you for your patience and your understanding and whatnot. So this is something I really hope to do. I really want to do it, and again, please don't be disappointed if it doesn't come to fruition anytime soon, but it's something I do want to do. I just need to make the time for it, and there's so many other things going on, but hopefully I'll have some time to refilm my entire collection and, you know, keep the details, you know, do it the way I used to do it, but in a new way that makes it fresh and fun. So thanks for watching. This is IMAX Nation 1980, signing off.